How you doing? Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. So today we are going to be playing Slay the Princess. This is an absolutely fantastic game. I really have been enjoying it a lot, and I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it as much as I have, because it's been amazing. So yeah.
Knock off.
All right. So let's see, what do we got here? Hello there, Sarista! And we got German Weasel here, and Mr. Draggers, and Samurai. Hi, everybody, how you doing? Yeah, it has been a while there, Weasel. I hope you're doing good. You were here the last stream of this game? Nice. I really enjoyed this game. So I'm going to do another playthrough, and we're going to see how it goes.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
11 months? Samurai, you've been here forever. That's like almost a year. That's like long time. I'm glad you haven't missed gaming with Miss Raj. Nope, we haven't done it yet. You got time.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Nothing dramatic, just the end of the world. I mean, alright, so I think that I'm gonna start with trying to be like super good to her and see how that whole thing goes. So let's just go right in. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
And Weasel, yeah, you've been here forever too. Beat me by 1 week, right? You guys have been here forever. Hi, Ads, how you doing? Thank you, guys. I appreciate the support.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yes, you save princesses. That's the basic principle of this. Yes. Glad to hear that you're doing well there, Ads. Yeah, Ads, you've been here forever. Long time. Crazy. Hi there, Arthur. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good today. It's been a good day.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He's just all like, ignore him.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, we're going in without it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Of course, it's totally a favor. You're doing good. Glad to hear that. There were 2 missile sirens yesterday. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear that. That stuff's tough. I'm sorry that your part of the world has been so awful.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Yes, we're living dangerously! I'm here to save you!
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I mean, I know it's called Slay the Princess, but that does not mean that we have to be limited and constrained by their rules. I am here to save her. We're gonna be the good guy. We're the good guy. We're the hero, right? Right? It's the chapter 1, Hero and the Princess. We're the hero. That means we're rescuing.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Well,
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
slay, not rescue. Oh no, we're rescuing her. We're gonna save her. I'll see what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
You hear the narrator of the game says she'll bring the end. I mean, but she's a princess and we're a hero. We gotta do the thing. It's what heroes do. What are you gonna do to the chains? Eat them? I mean, I don't know. We're a hero. We're just gonna I don't know. We'll see.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No key. Sorry.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Yeah.
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Hey, you don't know until you look. Don't be such a dour Debbie. I mean, come on. I would if I had enough fight force. You'd just be all like, yeah, snacks. Happy Friday! Yeah, hi, Ability. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Destroy them with your power of plot armor. Yes, I have plot armor. Ba-da-da-da. I mean, if you're the hero, you always have plot armor, right? Yes, chomp. Gonna go check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around up there somewhere. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
She sounded so dubious.
But the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Alright, you jerk.
Is someone else here?
Try the door.
It's locked from the outside.
Of course it is. Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Aw, you jerks.
You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Aw, so you're the one mucking about with things. Alright, we're gonna go back downstairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Like I was supposed to. That's where the chain chomps get their names, right? Dubious! You're doing good. I'm glad to hear that, Ability. Playing Ember Knights with your boyfriend on the Switch. Nice. The guy who locked the door was probably thinking, I mean, I think it was the narrator, the nasty traitor!
Easier for whom?
Yeah, exactly. Good question, hero.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Mess? You're the one who's making a mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what happened.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
The ominous British dude locked the door. So glad it's Friday. Yeah, me too. I'm definitely ready for the weekend and some days off. Hi, Agent. How you doing?
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
So that happened.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, the sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Hope you've been well. Hope everyone is having a great night. Yeah, I've been doing good. We've been having a good night so far. And yay, it's Friday!
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess!
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
Yeah, this is fine. Nothing strange, untoward here.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Yeah, who needs that hand? It's fine.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Everything's fine. Did she just? She doesn't even have a reaction. Oh, she has a reaction. She just. Is she psychotic or she isn't human? Right? There's definitely something a little off there. That's a little different.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No, it's adrenaline. I mean, adrenaline will take you into some really weird places. It's amazing what we can do if we feel we must.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Yeah, the narrator, you're nasty.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
I love his stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist!
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
We're saving the princess!
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
I think that the ominous British dude is right. I want the narrator pronounced Tuesday. Hello? How you doing there, Mahatma Shamadi? I probably, mangled your name. Sorry, but hi! She's cute. Yeah, she's got these, like, really nice big eyes, like, despite her little stubby.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Ugh.
You aren't dead yet.
I'm not dead yet! Ugh. You're from Germany? Nice! What's up? Oh, you know, we're just saving a princess. It's fine.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, everything's fine. You're doing great. It's fine.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Yeah, for her sake, we got this. My reaction has changed from last stream. Last stream of this game, right?
For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
It is definitely heroic, and it is a gesture for sure.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Well, that's incredibly unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God. It's so awful.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Clearly not. I mean, clearly she knows you just hit with the pokey end.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
So that's something. I mean, alright. Okay.
It can't just end like this, right?
I mean, surely this is not going to be the end. Surely not.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
He's so like, "Puh, I'm done with you." He's just like, it's done. I do not like this Rich just says she is Goofy.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well,
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
the princess! We could save the princess! And maybe this time we can save ourselves, too! We could do this, guys! We're the hero!
You're here to slay her.
No!
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I'm quite finished with you. I think I might go back to drinking my tea. Right? He's just like, "Puh." Alright, we're gonna go to the cabin. Because we have to save her.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You don't know her like we do, narrator.
If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time.
beautiful.
He is trying to keep us apart. We won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
The power of our love. And hello there, Freddy. How you doing? Empty thy pockets of all of thy valuables, right?
Last time? What are you talking
Oh, don't pretend you don't know that you have committed your sins.
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
I love it. He doesn't even deny it. I do. Yes, my voice is the amazingest. I must hear it. His name got you off guard.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Yeah, sometimes your inside your head voice should stay inside your head.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Oh, I'm focused. We're gonna save her, and we're gonna get out together, and we're gonna live happily ever after. And you're not gonna stop us this time, narrator. Go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Empty thy pockets of all thy doubloons. I mean, I just got nothing but lint. I'm not even sure I got, like, I don't even think you could, look. See, look, just boop. Nothing. There you go. There's all my doublins. For what purpose? I don't know.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No! You cannot make me! Enter the basement!
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Of course. Slaying her must be a favor.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice! It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
We're in love! Oh, yes! Smitten! We must be smitten.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
I love the hero. He's like, I don't think we should go that far. That's just a little over the top. Simmer down.
We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Yeah.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Yes, unjust. Oh, terrible.
You know she can't hear, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, yes, my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
I mean, you kind of did give me reason not to come back. You know, the whole making me dead thing.
Do you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Yeah.
And she called us a hero.
Yeah.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, flattery really would get you anywhere. I mean, yeah.
Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's right, villain. You killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Oh, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna rescue her, and we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna live happily ever after. You're not gonna stop us.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I don't see any destruction. I think you're being melodramatic, sir.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Of course. She's amazing. We gotta get her out of here. She's a princess and we're a hero. It's our job. It's our duty. It's what we do.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Oh, I'm going to. And my job is to rescue her. Rescue the princess.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease.
Yeah, sure.
She's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Good question.
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
That makes perfect sense. Hmm?
I'm not sure I follow.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Right?
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
Yeah.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths.
Oh.
If you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Oh.
You wouldn't.
I don't know. I would test Mr. Smitten.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
We're doomed. I love his just like resigned disgust. We're doomed.
I can't believe it. I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I didn't try to kill you last time either. Come on.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Above love.
What do we do now?
Now we get out of here. We're gonna escape, you and me, forever. Happily ever after. We leave, and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next.
That sounds perfect.
Perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Course not.
I like to think that you do, actually.
choice has been made, and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
I mean, that's fair.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. The way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Like, why wouldn't she be super happy about this?
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Well, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
How rude.
That's a familiar move.
It sure is.
Did I do that last time? And you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're right, it isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Yeah, true love conquers all. We got this, guys. Yeah.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
That doesn't mean anything. That's why it's true love.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think that we can open it if we try together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Nope. It's the power of love, baby.
I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade.
That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing and take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
You know, this isn't about you. You don't have to make everything about you, Mr. Narrator.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yeah, we got this.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step out. Our happy ending at last.
Yeah.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
We don't need no feathers. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away, and it has left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Hello, Dylan. How you doing tonight? And hi, Sneaks.
Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we even go about looking for her.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. I can't believe she was taken away from us.
The narrator is gone.
It is. Does that mean the world ended? The villain vanquished?
I think that I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
Right. We can definitely just like ignore the situation and just like fluff our feathers. That will make everything right and okay. Hi, Sneaks. How you doing tonight? Okay, approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Ignore him. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the low quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that it'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
And I die! The hero and the princess!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
She's our princess and she's glorious!
You're here to slay her.
No!
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Surely not! The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Ah, but no! But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
You want to give me absolutely no information. You want me to just blindly go in and stab somebody. You don't see how sus that is? Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she is locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Interesting.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end. There is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah, we're supposed to save her. We're a hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Are you sure he doesn't? Proceed to the cabin. I mean, the hero seems more reliable than the narrator.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you!
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
You have no idea, dude.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
Yes, beauty is definitely something that makes you non-threatening.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do.
Only making this more difficult.
Nah, I'm sure it's gonna turn out perfectly fine this time.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, surely not.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Absolutely, hero. You know we are.
Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
We got it this time.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, I don't. It's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Yeah.
Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
You never know. And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Well, matter of fact.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Well, I don't like being pushed.
Easier for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Yeah, let's look at it.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep, they did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Yeah.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I mean, it did kind of go sideways. Save the princess!
Fine.
He's so resigned.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
I'm sure that's a totally normal response. That's how everyone behave in this situation, right? Totally, totally.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah, it's fine.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Oh, so this time it won't let me warn her. So we don't have the option this time. So this time we have to stab her.
Okay, no going back now. With you to the end.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
Probably not.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
That could have gone better.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right?
Surely not.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Witch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
She's our princess! Alice!
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, not this time. This time it's gonna be magical. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
I don't know, dude.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know, hero.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
The opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue. Bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Definitely, we can be trusted. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
I trust my eyes. Why would he lie about there not being a mirror? What's the point?
Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there was a mirror in this cabin and we were supposed to look at it, he would have told us about it. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? You waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the shelf. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Well, if we're grabbing a weapon, we should probably keep it hidden behind our backs. She doesn't have to know we have it. That's not actually a bad idea.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Of course, it would definitely be a favor. We get it.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Probably. I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Sure. We could just have an awesome chat.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk?
Don't be calling people out like that, hero.
You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, one hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
Well, you know.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you?
What, you think?
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Yeah,
Is it all behind us?
totally.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
She's so sassy. I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Oh, do we give her the... Oh, I don't want to hurt you, but clearly there's some broken trust. Take this as a gesture of my goodwill. Give her the blade!
You can't be serious.
What could go wrong?
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no.
As do I. Abstain? You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're giving her the blade. Give her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart.
Shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now.
Luckily for us, you're not her.
Right?
Oh, we sure think alike, though.
Promise you that.
Whatever you say next, you better make it count.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
I'm pretty confident that you're gonna stab me in the face. That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade. I chose last time and I regret it. So now it's your time to choose.
Her shoulders tense and her eyes dart away.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to work on me.
And then she buries the blade in your heart.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right.
I love how the hero is always like, yeah, but no, really, no.
I told you. This is what she was going to do.
You did.
Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, placed with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us.
He's absolutely indignant. He's just like, I'm not having this.
Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade, which, I might add, I voted against.
But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the blade was to break the cycle of violence, and she just killed us anyway. I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? We're back here, which means that everything's fine, or fine adjacent.
Fine adjacent. I might use that from now on. Everything is fine adjacent.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. Maybe that's all it'll take to show her that there's another way to do things. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Yeah, let's give it another try. Maybe we can save this princess after all.
What another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right?
Like that changes anything. We all know the game is rigged. It doesn't even matter if she's nice this time. I'm sure he'll find a way to turn us against each other.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Silently proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point.
It's interesting how it's changing and how there's like bramble and stuff growing around.
I don't know if I'd say everyone.
Right?
You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one, too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Yours is the only one that matters. You are such a twat.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Oh, that's interesting.
We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it...
It'll be interesting.
Let me guess. You want to get all chummy with her.
Yeah.
Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do.
Right?
I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Right. Because everything has always worked exactly how we thought it was going to.
Of course we don't get to make a choice about the blade. Every single time we come back here, something has to be different.
How do we even get down there? The only thing I see is that mirror.
You're right, the mirror is back. There isn't anywhere for us to go. There isn't a mirror. I still don't get his angle here.
Seems like whatever we do, he's always going to say it isn't there. He's either a liar or he doesn't hold all the cards. I think we already knew it had to be one of those.
So, is the door to the basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room. Do you really not see it?
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
Went away when we touched it last time. Not that this place always follows the same rules.
That's true. Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
Right? That's some hallucinations to the mix.
Figures.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Enter the basement.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Right, right. Future me problems.
I'd say this feels like a trap, but you practically said as much. Yet you still want us to keep going.
He sure does.
They're only thorns. I'd say getting a few scratches in exchange for the lives of everyone in existence is a fair trade. I'm sure you'll manage. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know what I want. I never really choose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here, and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, a space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
There it is.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you if you will let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to leave together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Can I take the blade now?
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart back to the floor. She hangs her head in resignation.
Okay.
Reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
Be damned. She really gave it to us.
He's like, I didn't expect that.
It feels like it's been so long since we've held real power in our hands. I wonder what we should do with it.
Real power. Is a blade real power?
We free her, obviously. It's the right thing to do.
I think you're right. She's as much a victim in all of this as we've been. Besides, it would really stick it to him to free her. Or, hear me out, we'd slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance.
That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
Of course the narrator's gonna side with him.
We've all said our piece. Now it's time to make our move. It's 2 against 1.
It's 2 against 2.
You don't count.
You don't count.
Yes. Yeah, right, hero.
And why shouldn't he count?
Cause he's the jerk narrator.
Because he's clearly not one of us.
Exactly.
That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
Now.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Cut her free.
Yes. What a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision.
I mean, you can.
I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Even if he'll stick a knife in our back as soon as he has the opportunity, it's still better to have him nominally on our side. At least that gets him to shut up for a while.
Right?
See? We're all friends here, united in our actions and intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah, united. But the other one has a point. If it keeps you quiet, sure, we're all friends.
Take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. You're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Is that really all you've got? Threatening us with an accidental misstep? I expected more from you.
Right?
Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. Yeah, you're right. He's a bit of a nobody, isn't he? Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning.
I think that it's interesting that the vines are bleeding.
The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Yep. Of course I did.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
Yeah.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Well, you know.
You're getting desperate, aren't you? Even more proof that you can't actually do anything to stop us. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
Yeah.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
It's true, we are. Step into the thorns.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this? It feels so good to hear you say that. You're admitting you've lost, and we've bested you at your own game at last. I don't care what happens now. That's all I've wanted. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day. You irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
So there's that. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. You better watch your back. You can't get rid of me that easy.
So you're the real puppet master here? Can't believe I tried to help you.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else that I have met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy isn't seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one yearns for connection she feels she doesn't deserve. Even when shown compassion, she hid herself away. She will make for a cautious heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
So you don't have any preferences on how you would like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives, and they are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I am ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The hero and the princess!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It is our princess! We have to rescue her! It's the only way to win! Huh?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
No, we can't slay her. That's not right, sir! Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
That's a hot take. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Can someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
I'm not sure what I should do next. Continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. you'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We'll see.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Absolutely right, hero. We are a hero!
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He sure does. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's interesting how her tone is different depending upon whether or not you pick up the blade.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Of course, if you're beautiful, you can't be dangerous or threatening, right? They're mutually exclusive, dude.
Focus on the task at hand.
We're focused.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Or something. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine.
Absolutely.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
We probably will.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
I think she is.
She is. I'm sure of it.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness. Or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Yes, because you've been so full of details, which makes you so trusting, Mr. Narrator. Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
I do. I'm getting you out of here.
You have to be kidding.
He sounds so disgusted.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Maybe.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe the key's still laying around upstairs. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Easier for whom?
Good question.
Easier for everyone.
Pah!
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Alright, let's do this.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Probably not. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, it's doesn't matter how many times I see that, it's still creepy.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Nah, just shake it off. It's a flesh wound. It's a flesh wound.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
So, will it let me choose to warn her?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
I can warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
You're trying something. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No!
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Probably.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Interesting. It's easier for us this way.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
I don't know. Because she definitely didn't emotionally invest in us. It's almost like this made her hollow. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
It's our princess! It's our princess, guys! She's special, but she's ours!
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
See, and that's what makes her special. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
He's so dismissive.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of it. For us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Voice of the skeptic.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Yes, well, we've got history. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
I love that wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Yes, it was beautiful.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought-iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Enter the basement.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Interesting.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get to stay here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wow.
Interesting.
Exactly that. Sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
It has been a little bit of... Yeah.
Does she remember us?
Yes.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves.
Wow.
The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Right?
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Is it? Is it obviously useless?
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. You do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Contingency, right.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Yeah, you know, just playing those cards close to the vest there, Mr. Narrator.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
Is it?
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic.
Agreed.
I never said I wasn't.
Fair.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Excellent question.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't.
Agreed.
Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
I like the skeptic.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Maybe.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Well, I'm not sure daydream is exactly what's happening, but fair. I am kind of probably just staring at you. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
That other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Right?
Maybe it'll fit.
Maybe.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not?
And why is that?
Excellent.
Do I even need to explain myself? It's
Yes.
a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
Hmm.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
Right?
I am.
Hmm. Inspect the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad?
Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
All right.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
All right. That could have gone better.
What are we supposed to do now?
Not much.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
We did.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know that that was going to happen to me?
No.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
Fair.
That's rude.
It's just honest. Wait in
You and
silence.
the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. Waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
Must be.
But there isn't.
Right?
Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
At least the world is safe.
Right.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
Good question.
It just does.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first. A bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. Then they get larger and larger.
Hey, have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
Continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, and watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then... And?
I think he's gone.
Oh, interesting.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
But do you not yet get the chance to respond, nor will you ever? It is time to leave, and memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a... Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. I'll trust you.
Feels too good to be true.
Fair. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in the directions that my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Do you know what happens to the worlds that we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we've finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Not a princess. It's our princess, guys.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Yeah.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life. If you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to a fated confrontation with the princess.
Something's doing its best. I wouldn't necessarily say it was the universe. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path.
All right.
And a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Okay.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Yes, it's definitely about irritating you and not about saving the princess. Make it about you, dude. That's fine, narrator.
You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. It's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Our princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We're not gonna kill her. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever!
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
No! Those walls weren't there last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Right, that's exactly what this is about.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Right, captive audience.
You might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Yes, stay focused! Hello, Dade! How you doing tonight? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off.
I just sort of repeated the same
Well,
thing.
It did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Lucky!
The world hasn't ended yet. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Can I just call you bestie? I mean... I guess there's worse things that it can be called. But how you doing tonight there, Dade? Silently proceed to the cabin, because we don't have a choice. He's railroading us.
Before you go any further, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her.
Maybe she isn't a liar.
You never know.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Yeah, I mean, he really is.
Let's keep an open mind.
We should. Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
I mean, you're not wrong. A good question. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good tonight.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Yes, very simple, straightforward premise. Hello there, Southern Zoe. How you doing tonight? And you're doing good. Thanks. I'm doing all right. It's been a good day. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Can I turn the volume a little higher? The volume for which?
You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong.
Everything here is just wrong.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Yeah, we're gonna save the world.
If you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh no, we're gonna save her, man. We're not gonna lose ourselves. We're gonna save her.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Totally calm.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird.
Right?
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Right. Yes, totally not hard at all. It's fine.
Okay, I'm fine.
Poor hero. He's feeling very stressed.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
What is the content of this game? So this is just a story game. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure, but it's a really complicated choose your own adventure because there's a lot of avenues that you can go through. I played through it once before, and playing through it now, we're getting like different options, and it's been really, really good. I really enjoyed this game. So we're gonna go to the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
If it really looks like that game, it's good. I'm gonna get some snacks so fast. Snacks! Gotta have snacks! Definitely about the snacks. You're feeling sleepy now, but you're gonna keep pushing not to fall asleep. Oh, but sleep is important. Don't worry about it if you gotta go to sleep.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Of course, it's definitely always a favor to kill her, regardless of where she lives.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Welcome back!
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
No, we are not.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
That's fine.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
I mean, that's a high probability.
We don't even have a weapon.
Nope.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that? The fate of the world hinges on your success?
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Right? We know how to be saucy. Yeah, if you need to sleep, Dad, there's nothing wrong with that. Go have a good night. Sleep's important. Take the harsh stairs to the left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold.
Ooh, the stairs definitely look awful.
Your toes
Whew.
feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
That's fine. We're fine adjacent.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
No.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as
Are you just going to stand there?
She seemed just so like, for real? What are you doing? Good night, Dad. You sleep well. She's just like, for real, dude.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
We're gonna save her.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Getting down here was weird. Like, I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
What? Like you need me to hold your hand to tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that?
Alright.
Don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Put her back. Put her back!
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. It's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Gotta go grocery shopping, guys. Bye. Enjoy the stream. Good night, ads. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place?
I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honor if it should do, really. Princess.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy. Wait, that's not right. Go on. Take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Right?
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves. Falls apart?
Yeah.
I think he's gone.
Yeah.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
No.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others,
They just don't fit.
we can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yeah.
How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret.
I'll do my best. And then she gets whisked away. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
And is that a...
No. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. You're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me, short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There's trees and stars and there are people, I think. At least there's supposed to be people. Hey, Zebra Pig, I'm sorry I have to go now. I'll stop by your stream again another time. Have a good stream. Well, so you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and law. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, and I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There's no waiting forever. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Sweet, I've always wanted to off the Monarch. Viva la revolution! I don't know. What should we do next? I don't think that there are any other paths that we can do that don't have violence. The end of the world. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Yeah, I think we've done most of this. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Sure it will.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I won't. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Of course.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Maybe she is.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Sure. Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I don't know.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Something. Still your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess, because what could go wrong?
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
No. Of course not. That was way too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up.
Right? Don't get worked up.
We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Why not?
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one.
We definitely won't if you keep talking.
I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that?
Exactly.
You know what that was? That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy.
Quick, let's get out of here.
It's too late for that now. Collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Alright.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Maybe.
See you around.
Probably.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you, for whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
And you die. The razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
She's our princess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Probably gonna be no matter what we do. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
You couldn't be more on the money. We're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
They cheated, huh?
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Hello there, Drock. How you doing? Looks like a game with a good storyline. It has had a fantastic storyline. And it's like got all kinds of options, so the different choose your own adventure layers have been really good, because when you choose the different choices, it has a really distinctly divergent storylines. So it's been fantastic. Highly recommend this game. I've enjoyed it a lot.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do we take the blade this time? Do we continue with violence? Or do we try to turn it? I don't know. Alright, let's take the blade again.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Great, might look into it. I got my copy off from Steam.
Feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her earn for what she's done to us.
Cheated is like out for revenge. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they'd been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall.
Ooh.
The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Sure.
Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
Well, I mean, we've got one. Seems fair.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
Right, because I have that option.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Yeah, rescue.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
There is.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Well, we're not.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Something. Alright, let's stay the course. Slay the princess. Screw it!
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
I mean, that looks kind of psychotic. It's fine.
Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
It's fine.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Poor hero. He's never prepared.
Hers, at first. Then yours.
Hee.
Oh.
Ow! What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Wow. That's wild stuff.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're not wrong, Cheated. You are so not wrong. She's not playing fair now.
You're going to die now.
We are.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. The arms race. Oh dear.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're going to have to keep doing this over and over and over, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
I love Cheated so much. She's so spicy.
Your what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing
pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
What did he just do? He pushed the impatient button. Skip ahead. You know what, Agent? I actually don't have a drink in here with me. Let me give you your little cakes back. Boop. I don't know. I don't know where to. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. Not prepared. I don't have a coffee. I don't have anything. I got nothing. I'm bust. Things are happening. I don't even know what things, but it's not watering things. I'm just gonna be a shriveled up husk, I guess.
I feel dizzy.
Poor hero. He's so stressed.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Kind of discovering that we've got some power here. Posture check. Thank you.
Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Oh, we have a new guy.
Good. It's better that way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Oh, we have some interesting new voices.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
A few,
This is our third?
maybe.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
Poor hero.
Impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure. You take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
We have a weapon.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Yeah. Let's do this.
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually.
Sure.
Hell, we might even win now. That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? We walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
All right. Approach the mirror.
Make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Right? Wipe the mirror clean.
Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. Surprise.
Right?
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the world before. I care about it even less now. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
All right, slip slide. Here we go.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
All right.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
She's got another thing
does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Right?
Plenty bad has come of it. We've left at least one entire world to ruin. People there mattered.
The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing.
Oh.
From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
Well, alright. We're gonna do this.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
Alright.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
I mean, you're not exactly presenting as someone I would want to hug.
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
Me too. All these ideas suck. Think of something better. We're gonna fight her again, and we're gonna have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it.
Yes, yes. This is the best idea anyone has ever had.
I'm sure this can't go badly.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
It's fine.
Pain is good. It's how we stay alive.
Hmm.
Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Right? Do your worst. I bet you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge. And we fight back.
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
Ah!
The princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow.
Alright.
Yes, yes, this is exactly it.
Oh.
But the dance couldn't last forever. All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
Alright.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt?
Leave it to Hero.
No.
Cold. Welcome, Cold.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die?
Yeah, kinda.
You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you? I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
We got broken too. Oh dear. We're getting everybody.
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Right? Sure. That's exactly how this works.
We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
Why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes, shall we?
Come on, show me something new.
It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
None of this is working. Think.
She skewers you.
Oh!
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
Doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
Okay, let's go again.
Compliment on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Right? I'm sure that's just it.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
See? We're getting better.
Right.
Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Just panic. Flee.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
Sure.
She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
All right. Mutually assured destruction.
You're on don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
All right.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Whoa! What if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Like, we have everybody.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
Yeah, they're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
Right?
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
That's exactly how we'll describe her.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only... It's fine. I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
I'm not sure that I do.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists.
Oh.
Red gleams of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts.
Oh. Well, that's awkward.
Are you ready for what comes next?
No, not really, but here we go.
Holy shit.
Exactly, hero.
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Smitten, you are broken.
Yes. Behold.
No!
Do you think we can throw her out?
Right?
That looked painful.
I bet it was.
How is she still alive?
Good question.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
I mean, you're not wrong.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
Empty your mind.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its art, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. Silence as you reach forward. You're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms, and another... Oh, I already read that. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. You were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an Ether. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I've met you many times. Have you been the same you all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you fail, anytime you
thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris?
I do. People out there are weak. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything that you have done to us, do you think that anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to me. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
So do you know about the looping? So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, maybe?
You're gonna get off and get some sleep, had fun watching, and we'll try to watch the next one. Well, good night, Agent. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Hope you sleep well.
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
If you made me, then what am I?
You're the non-quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I?
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
What game is this? This is Slay the Princess. I don't want to be a god. I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
I think that you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I am the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories that we have left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling onto me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would lead to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts or not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead and alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away and to follow the flow of reality. And you used it to rise above me.
You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. Unjust impossibilities pushed you to become something you would never have been without them.
If you hadn't snatched that body away, we would have killed each other. We were self-destructive.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
It was definitely lethality.
The masses mold you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
I couldn't understand you then, but I think I understand you now.
You saw with a single pair of eyes, but you needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing. To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things. Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
They'll get over it. They'll see permanence as a gift in time.
Or, in time, would they see it as a curse? A thought is a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
If I had known what you really were, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you.
And yet you did, first by giving me your life, and then by refusing to take mine. You don't need to turn back to the way things were before. You ever how it tries to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I want that feeling back.
It never left you. You just need to open your heart to me once more.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think that you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Enter the basement.
Stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? First time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the
And
stairs.
down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
Boy. So many choices. It's hard to decide, because this is definitely feels like another watershed moment. Slay the princess.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world will be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it. I've always loved you. Don't forget me.
You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? Doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the cabin. You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. Then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
That's so, like, intense. She seems nice. She's a wild ride. Hi 95, how you doing? Yeah, this game is deep, man. It's intense. We've gone from her being our lover to our murderess to now we're maybe destroying her for real? I don't know. It's been a wild ride. The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Set yourself free. And hello, 95, how you doing? The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. Destroying her equals destroying the universe. Destroying her is destroying half of the divine, not the universe. She is half of the divinity, and we're the other half, and we chose to destroy her because she was the aspect of the divine that held death. So, there's that. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will, and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. But there will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
We really won. We're the house now. We get to make the rules. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally in control.
Leave it to Smitten to be upset by our decision. Such a nice storyline. The fact of having so many dialogue is really cool. This game has been absolutely amazing. Like, this ending is completely different, and this whole playthrough is completely different than when I played through it the first time. This game has been amazing.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah?
I think forever sounds like it would be pretty awful.
Yeah. We can do that.
That was definitely intense. I really like that the ending still gives you the ultimate choice. Like, at the very end, you still get to choose whether or not you kill the princess. You know, whether or not you kill the divine aspect. I love that they give you that choice. Like, after the first playthrough, I felt like joining with her at the end was just going to be how it ended. So I'm really absolutely delighted that in this playthrough, I found a storyline that shows that it's still an option, that you can completely go the opposite direction and get a completely different ending. So that's pretty cool and intense, and I really like that. So yeah, I highly recommend this game, and I feel like there is a whole lot left to discover in this. There's a whole lot of storylines I feel like there isn't, that I haven't like seen and I haven't explored yet. And it's a really deep, philosophical, and spiritual game. I like that it takes on a lot of really heavy topics. And yeah, it is. It's really beautiful. I think that it's got a lot of really nice artwork. And I think that it's got a really lot of nice voice acting. And it's got a good mixture of, like, humor and action. And it doesn't shy away from, like, some of the more violent aspects of humanity. So I really think that it's got a nice, like, fold of everything all together. So, yeah. Highly recommend this game. It's amazing. It's amazing. You should get it. You should play it. And I think I'm going to keep playing it for a while yet. It's absolutely awesome. I love it so much. Like, I don't know, 50 out of 10 stars. It's awesome. All right, guys. So I am like well past my pumpkin time, but I just had to finish up this playthrough and see how this end came out. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me today. I hope that you have enjoyed this game as much as I have been enjoying it, because it has been an amazing game to experience. If you are on Twitch, you can look in the About page, and there's some links there for you to check out. There's the More Zebra Pig. If you click on that, it'll take you a link of all the things that you can do outside of Twitch. There's the Green Dragon. If you click on that, it'll take you to Sirisalk's page. She's the one that does all my emotes and overlays. And if you click on the Buy Me a Coffee, it'll take you over to the coffee shop, which will give you other options of how you can support what we're doing here. And if you're over on YouTube, you can go down into the description of the stream, and it will give you a bunch of links that will take you to all the same places. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And good night to YouTube. And on Twitch, we're going to do a raid. All right, guys? So I hope you all have a fabulous night over on the YouTube side. Good night, YouTube.